President Donald Trump is facing off with Colombian President Gustavo Petro, and Republicans and left-wing liberals are siding with Colombia. I'm Alec. This is why Trump is trending.
Trump is trending, he's everywhere. From the news to the cafes in our air.
All right, Trump has been trending all over the news today with this battle that he's got going on with Colombian President, I should say disgraced Colombian President Gustavo Petro. This man is hated by his own country. The people have been protesting this guy for a long time now. But this guy decided he was going to pick a fight with President Donald Trump and refused 2 U.S. military aircraft into the country that were carrying illegal immigrants, illegal migrants from Colombia that came into the U.S. illegally. Trump is sending them back, and this guy's saying, we're not taking them back. So he decided he was going to play hardball with President Donald Trump, and it hasn't worked out very well for this guy. He buckled right under the pressure after Donald Trump hit him with this on Truth Social. He came out and said, I was just informed that 2 reparations flights from the United States with a large number of illegal criminals were not allowed to land in Colombia. This order was given by Colombia's socialist president, Gustavo Petro, who is already very unpopular amongst his people. Petro's denial of these flights has jeopardized the national security and public safety of the United States. So I've directed my administration to immediately take the following urgent and decisive retaliatory measures. Emergency 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States in 1 week, and 25% tariffs will be raised to 50%. A travel ban and immediate visa revocations on the Colombian government officials and all allies and supporters. Visa sanctions on all party members, family members, and supporters of the Colombian government. So he went on and he just hammered this guy, okay? So what does this guy do? All of a sudden, he has a change of heart and then says, oh, you know what? Not only can you bring them in, I'll give you my presidential plane so you can fly these people back in, okay? But then he tried to get wise, too, because this Gustavo Petro, who, by the way, let's bring this up first here. Here's from the Daily Mail. Back in July, this guy had to come out and claim that he wasn't gay because he was seen out in public in Panama with a transgender woman called Linda Yepes. So this was a dude dressed up as a woman, and this guy is parading around the streets holding hands. And so then he had to try to say, oh, no, I'm not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, right? So this guy, I'm telling you right now, when it comes to Donald Trump against this Gustavo Petro, bet on Trump every time, and this is going to end up very badly for this Gustavo character. And here's the thing that makes your blood boil, is that you have in this little battle between the United States and Colombia, you have got Democrats and liberal lunatics siding with Colombia. So let me give you a couple of these tweets up here that really, first of all, let's put this up here, okay? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, known as AOC, puts this out. To punish Colombia, Trump is about to make every American pay even more for coffee. Remember, we pay the tariffs, not Colombia. Trump is all about making inflation worse for the working class Americans, not better. He's lining the pockets of himself and the billionaire class. Okay, well, first of all, AOC. Let's remember, AOC was a $6 cab ride away from the Capitol on January 6th, but claims she was so terrified of getting assaulted by the J6ers. But she has no problem if you are in danger of getting assaulted by illegal immigrants that have come flying through the border here to the tune of 20, 30 million of them, okay? No problem with your family. No problem at all if you are assaulted. But she was so terrified on J6. She's not terrified of all these people that have come into the country, criminals, thugs, gangbangers. She's not afraid of those people in your neighborhood. Not in her neighborhood, in your neighborhood, right? And you know what happens? Gustavo Petro, he likes this post and then retweets it. So AOC earns a retweet from the country's president that's feuding with America right now. Okay, what does that tell you? Here's another one. Here's this lunatic, Ana Navarro Cardenas, whatever. How do you ever say her name? I don't even know how you say it. She's on The View. She's one of these whack nuts on The View. Here's what she posts. Most of the flowers imported into the U.S. come from Colombia. Happy Valentine's Day, America. Well, Anna, do you know that the only flowers that Lake and Riley is going to get this Valentine's Day are going to go on her grave? Okay? Do you think we give two shits about paying more? You don't think we have other options to get flowers? AOC, you don't think we have other options to get coffee? Are you people retarded? You're worried about coffee and flowers, and you're not worried about these gangbangers that are coming into the United States threatening our families, threatening our children, threatening our way of life. You're not worried about that? You'd rather give up all your freedom for coffee and flowers? That's what we're talking about here? Okay? So there you go. That's the Democrat response to what's going on with this. Here's what I say. I say this is quintessential Trump right now, and you're about to see what happens when you mess around with Trump. And this is what we need. We should all be behind this as the United States, as citizens. We should be saying, hell yeah, you don't play games with us. You're going to do that? We'll smack these tariffs on you and you're finished. This Colombia's economy will cripple. Their number one export is to the United States. They can't survive without it. Trump knows exactly what he's doing, and he's going to bend this guy into a pretzel, okay? But here you go with AOC and these liberals out there like, oh, my God, they're trying to stick up for the Colombians who are sending their criminals into the country. So sick and tired of listening to these left-wing loonies talking about how just because they have Trump derangement syndrome, they could care less about what the actual issues are. All they care about is Trump. That's it. Here's the good thing that happened. Secretary of State Marco Rubio immediately jumped into action, suspended the visa issuance at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, travel sanctions on any individual responsible for interfering with the deportation flights. Also, Speaker Mike Johnson steps up, puts this out on Twitter. Colombia and all nations should be on notice. Congress is fully prepared to pass sanctions and other measures against those who do not fully cooperate or follow through on requirements to accept their citizens who are illegally in the United States. President Trump is putting America first, just like he said he would do, and Congress will implement policies that reinforce his agenda. Boom. So listen, this is what you want to see from Mike Johnson, all right? A lot of people, a lot of questions about Speaker Mike Johnson. So far, so good. And this is the response you need. This is a response we should have from everybody out there in Congress. You don't play around with us. You sent these illegal bastards into our country. You're taking them back. And that's it. So you love to see this. This is Trump at his best right now. And I can't wait to see how this plays out. And it's going to play out poorly for this Gustavo Petro. And it's going to play out brilliantly for President Donald Trump and America. Because we are going to get these people out of our country. So sick and tired of having to hear people try to stick up for these people that don't belong here, that are here illegally. Get out of the country, come through a legal process if possible. If not, shut your mouths. So that's why Trump is trending today. Normally I hit you guys with a top 5. It's a Sunday. This was the major breaking news that was going on all day. I'm going to continue to follow up on this on the Alec Lay Show. So stay tuned and lock it in for that.
You're listening to the Alec Lay Show.